let's see. I was debating on if I want to grab a tea or not before the show here, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna quickly start my kettle, and then we'll start off the show proper. And then during the What's Up Brony, I can quickly grab a cup of tea. So give me 1 second. Okay, Kitty, in you go. Get a nice little fan blowing. There we go. There we go. That'll cool things off a bit. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't start that fan immediately. All right, everybody, let's get started here. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 630. We're 60 episodes away from having to make a horrible joke, but until then, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host here to bring you the Brony community for this week. I am Circuit Main, but I'm also joined by my wonderful group of panelists here to also bring you the Brony community for this week. We have DM21.
Man, that tiny horse.
Isn't that horse amazing? And Deathlight Productions.
Hi.
Textalion. Toakoi. Toakoi.
I'm here. I said I'm the punching bag, and I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh, that's it. Put back the duct tape back on.
No, what I mean.
He said it's a punching bag. We're just helping him out. And Suki of the Taku Ascended. Suki.
Did I not hear?
No. No. No, Suki, you're not the punching bag this time. No.
No, I'm just not paying attention.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Huh?
And we'd like to welcome everybody here for yet another episode of The Brony Show. And for this Brony Show this week, we're going to bring back a favorite, a fun one, a classic, a little bit of silliness. This time, we are going to be bringing back the Brony Panelists. We have set up 2 scenarios with 2 options, both equally horrible. But we're going to have 2 teams square off and defend why they have the better option. But we'll get to that a little bit later. First off, of course, it's time to say hello, warm up our vocal cords, and kind of give a little bit about ourselves and what is going on with our daily lives. And of course, we do that with a big old heaping double scoop with a little bit of chocolate drizzle, some whipped cream, a sprinkling of chopped nuts, and a cherry on top, and maybe some jimmies, or hundreds and thousands. Or maybe some sprinkles. Seriously, how many different names do they got for sprinkles? It's kind of weird now that I think about it. But of course, we're going to serve that all up with a banana. And ask all of you, what's up, bronies?
The fact that you didn't give me any citrus options upsets me. Wow, words. Anyways. Oh, I'm doing so well. I've been just busy cleaning up helping my parents clean up their house and stuff, and I put a giant thing of foam in my window because it's gonna get stupidly hot this summer, and I can already tell.
Oh, I honestly feel that. I don't have I really need to do something about getting my insulation replaced or my windows replaced or both. Or actually, I just gotta get my AC fixed, really. But that's
What's wrong with that?
Well, it's not working to start. I have to use I have to use Windows ACs because my central air AC hasn't worked practically since I moved in here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just said if you got $20, you can get yourself a 4x8 thing of polyboard, which is what that is. It's water wicking, it's anti fungal and all that other fun stuff, so it's fantastic for just putting it in your windows for the summer. And it's just very dense, so it's all you need is a knife and a measuring tape.
A knife, a big old knife, freaking knife. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got almost all the parts in also for that computer I'm building for my mom in her workroom, so that's great. I just need to get that 2 GB graphics card now for that thing, and then it's done.
Very
and
nice.
On Linux Lite, it is a stupidly fast computer, which is impressive for a Gen 2 Dell mini computer.
That is actually impressive.
Yeah.
Alright, well, hopefully your attempts at keeping cool for the summer work out well for you, and inexpensively.
Oh, it's been great. Like, the little window AC that I have, I just set it up to automation, and it barely runs anymore.
Oh, that is awesome.
And open up my door to my room, and it's like 20 degrees difference from the house to everything else.
Oh.
You just open it, whoosh. It's like I'm opening up a fridge. And
I love it.
Okay, I'm going to be camping out my room. Don't bother me until the leaves are dying again. And I mean dying from the weather, not dying from the season, not dying from the weather. You know the difference.
I am polar bear. Leave me in my natural habitat.
No, okay, I guess that would be one. Yeah. All right, I really hope that it works out for you. I mean, well, of course it's working out for you. I hope it keeps working out for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be real tense when it starts getting up over 90 every day to 100.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about that. I think we have I have a week left until that starts happening.
It already hit 90 here, which is very upsetting for me.
It's already 90 here.
No, I'm not surprised that we're hitting 90 around these areas, but yeah, no, they're already predicting 100-degree weather in a few days.
Yeah, and it's gonna be probably up there the whole summer because we had a really dry winter. So
I honestly don't know because
be so bad.
I honestly don't know because it cranks up really high and then the weather forecast says it goes down lower, but at the same point, I know we can't exactly trust that anymore. I'm gonna.
I just go with what I see. Like, we had a bitterly cold winter, but we didn't really have any snow. So.
All right. Well, anybody else have any other What's Up Brony that they want to throw out there?
I'm making armor! Yay!
All right. Okay. So Toa is part of some movements. I wish him luck, I guess.
He's part of the Mandalorian movement.
No, I'm in Destiny at the moment. I'm currently in Destiny, but Mando is always tempting.
Exactly what I was referring to, but hey, cool. All right, okay. I guess I'll jump in a little bit here. A little What's Up Burning going on with me. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Go ahead, DM.
Well, in a day or two, my sister's going to be graduating from her course, college course, so that's gonna be an
Nice.
event.
Oh, that is awesome.
Hopefully, I'll be better by then because I got sick around Saturday and it wasn't as bad, but it did get bad on Sunday, which I slept almost the entire day because I had insomnia on Saturday night.
I honestly hate that. That's the one reason I really hate really hot weather. It just makes it impossible for me to sleep.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
was
great.
sick there too, and I hope I get over it by then.
Yeah. I hope so too, man.
Great for the long road trips where he's like, well, I can't sleep anyway, so who cares? Just go.
Yeah. It's
That's
great.
like
It's great
only-
then.
that's
Yeah.
like the
You're,
only silver lining.
only silver lining. Well, I'm dying in my car, but I guess
But at least I'm going somewhere.
uh. All right. Well, a little what's up, Brony, going on with me. Having good and bad times. Let's start off with the bad. I got porch pirated. Since we're
Oh.
Speaking of, it was only a blanket.
No, the thing is that's the annoying part. I got a few things that are being delivered separately, so now I'm paranoid that the rest of the stuff is gonna go. And granted, yeah, it was a blanket, and this was the lowest tiered item that I had in my I don't want to say tiered item. It's the one I didn't need the most. I want all of the items I ordered. But two of them are a patio curtain to set up a patio curtain on my patio, because one thing, the sun comes in and brightens up my entire kitchen every morning, which it's not bad. But the only problem is now we got stray cats that keep coming around, and it is driving Glitch crazy. Yeah, it's every morning. It's a freaking nightmare.
Just
Well,
your cat being like, father, this cat, father.
Well, there's a little bit like that, but also literally trying everything possible to try to climb out of the window by like she's trying to dig through the window. He is trying to dig through the window, but yeah, he wants to get at the cats, but yeah, no. It's a fun time. So, but I'm trying to finally put up a curtain, which I've been meaning to do for the longest time, but I've been kind of lazy about it because I wanted to get plastic blinds, but I'm just like, you know what? No, we need something. We need something. So, I'm trying to get a curtain up now. And I got the curtain rod earlier today, but along with the order, I put in an order for a cooling blanket because, yes, it's getting hot. And a cooling blanket might be rather nice instead of me sleeping in my sheets or otherwise. I'll let you to decide what otherwise might mean. But no, I couldn't get a cooling blanket because I got porch pirated. So that we're talking about heat issues and stuff. It's just such a bite. It's such a painful bite. It's annoying. It really is. But on good news, kind of. This is also, it's good news, but I hate myself for it too. So, one of the, I went to an online convention last weekend, and I checked out a couple of panels, and one of them was a fitness panel, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to sign up for it, and I went to my first session on Saturday. I lasted 20 minutes.
That's not bad.
It really
Pretty
isn't.
okay, honestly.
It isn't bad, considering it was an hour-long thing. I lasted about a third of the time. My legs completely gave out about that time. I literally could not move. I barely could move anymore. But that's not ultimately what stopped me, funny enough. No, what stopped me is not only my legs giving out, but I was starting to feel sick to my stomach. I was visited by an old friend I haven't visited since I tried CrossFit one time several years ago, by the name of Pukey the Clown.
Not
Yes.
Pookie the Clown.
Now those of you who don't know, in exercise terms, Pukey the Clown is the sensation you get when you are doing a lot of exercising, especially if you haven't been exercising very well for a long time, and you start to feel very sick to your stomach. It is quite nauseous. I don't know if you ever actually throw up because of it, but dang if you don't feel like you're going to at any moment. Now,
it's horrible for me in a way because I've gotten so used to that. I just throw up and get on with life.
That's pretty horrible.
It's pretty bad, but it makes you feel so much better, so much more quicker afterwards.
That's a fair point. But yeah, no, I went for about 20 minutes until I literally couldn't anymore, and then I dropped off the class, and then I laid down on my basement floor for about 10 to 15 minutes breathing, and trying to get my breathing under control and getting that settled.
Yeah.
And the next day, I was beyond sore in my thighs, my legs, and yeah, even my posterior had some soreness.
I had a good leg day, did you?
Very strong leg day. So, yeah, it sucked that happened, but I'm glad it happened too, because it means I also found something that is challenging me in a way that apparently weightlifting and basically going on treadmills and ellipticals isn't doing. Something that's pushing a little bit harder and farther in a different way.
That's kind of the fun thing about CrossFit and stuff like that is designed to get your full body moving. Weightlifting is only a certain part of your body. Same thing with walking is only a certain part of your body.
Yeah.
That's why swimming is also really good because it's a full body workout.
Yeah, but I could never get like that intense in swimming. I mean, I could get pretty breathy and worn out in swimming, but there's something different about where you basically have to use all your muscles to the point of fatigue in a short amount of time.
Part of it is also when you're in water, you're basically in a zero grav, so your joints don't really feel it or anything. Plus, the whole atmosphere above you, you don't feel that.
True, that is true.
When you're doing CrossFit and stuff, it's all that pressure from the atmosphere is also pressing down upon you, which is about another 15 to 20 pounds. That is just on you. So.
But yeah, no. So it is good. It is good news for me all around. So in general, it is actually good news. So I am going to be doing more of the classes and hopefully getting in better shape and better health for myself. So yeah, it's a sucky thing at the moment, but it's a good thing in general. Just kind of one of those. I hate my life right now, but I'm happy I found this. So, yep, that's a little wub going for me, other than other things I've been doing, which I'll be talking about during the content creation. Anybody else have any other wubs they want to throw out there?
I was just gonna say my offer still stands. Just come over and work with me for like a day or two. Hundreds of pounds moving every day.
I'll take your offer under advisement.
The offer is don't do it. The advisement is don't do what I do because you're gonna end up with a broken body like I did.
that my advisement is saying thanks, but no.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why I say try doing my job at times with my bicycle.
Just no. Bad Toa. Shame on you. How dare you try to get me back under... Not back under. How dare you try to get me under the Golden Arches?
How dare you try to get me to work fast food again?
I mean, technically, I technically worked fast food and technically didn't. But, yeah, no. Shame on you.
Where's the cone of shame?
Shame.
It just makes me into a wizard.
We're gonna go ahead and move on here. So, anybody else have any other quick wub time before we go ahead and hit the news? News it is. And let's start off with our favorite part of the news talk, and that is, of course, convention time. So in 4 days, nothing is happening. Nothing at all.
Day 5, everything is happening.
And then, but the week after that, we have a PonyCon event that is going to be happening at Festival Fantasy that is over in the Czech Republic. Over across the pond and through the land. So yeah, if you're in the Czech Republic area and you are a brony out there, there is the PonyCon event that is happening, and I hope you have a great time, and I hope to hear about all of it.
The only one I know within reach of this show would be Coals of the Half, but that is something I don't know they would do.
Actually, hold on. I want to check something here real fast. I'm seeing reading here, and if it's true, then that is... Oh, wow, that is wild.
What's the new madness, second?
Okay, so the Festival of Fantasy, the Brony event is going to be on a Saturday and Sunday right after it starts. But the Festival of Fantasy event in general, the whole thing, is from June 27th to July 6th.
Well, hold on, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. That is a week and a half.
No, second, remember, this is a European-styled event, similar to how the Music Fest are a week long.
You know what? I know you're trying to talk like this is common things, and it might be in Europe. At the same time, I hardly ever hear of anything like this, especially for a fandom culture thing. And especially even music festivals and things like that usually go for 3 to 4 days and not an entire week. Even Sundance doesn't go for a week and a half, I think.
Most of the conventions I know that go on for like a week are like actual business conventions, like SEMA and other like car sponsored stuff where
this would be like
stuff.
This would be like San Diego Comic-Con going for a week and a half.
Yeah, it'd be insane.
Circa has never been to Summerfest. No, I have not. I will not lie. I would like the funds and the ability to just spend an entire week and a half doing complete nerding out. Oh wow, so wait, really? No, you gotta be kidding. Really?
Okay.
Oh no, you know what? No. No, I will not. I will strike down. I will strike you down, good sir. Good Commander something, sir. By the way, hello, Commander something. How are you doing? I'm glad to see you back and hanging around for while you can. I will strike you down, good sir. No, true. The Summerfest is a 3-week event. However, the talent only shows up for 3 days of that week. It is 3 days. June 20th to the 22nd, 27th to the 29th, and July 4th to 6th. 3 weekends. It is not a full week event. No, good sir. No.
Turkey?
Yes.
Turkey, you are throwing down with a dragon with a banhammer. It won't end well.
I have bequeathed upon him said banhammer. I am allowed to challenge. I am kind of surprised that they also have apparently a Sojo one that is a South Jordan one, which South Jordan is in my neck of the woods. But, it's not the same thing. They're just calling it Summerfest, so it's just a bunch of... Well, it's cool, but it's a bunch of children's events, so it's like, oh, that's cool, but if I go there, I'm going to get arrested, I'm probably.
Yeah, second, I have found a thing about the best festivals in Europe, and some of these are going for a week.
Good sir. Also, current version of Summerfest has been longer all at once. Okay, that is a fair point. That is an absolute fair point, and that is a shame that they had to cut it down. But good sir, it is no look. Okay, I am sorry. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna move on. Full Spectrum Fest is also happening the same weekend. It's gonna be having the same weekend in Ponytown. The website doesn't work, so that's concerning.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
They might update it in a bit, but you never know.
Hopefully that's all it is.
Actually, let's see. I just want to try. I'm trying something here. Full Spectrum.
Yeah, again, the only reason that Commander and I would counteract that could be like, hey, event's only like 3 days. That's the average / the norm.
Okay, so yeah, there is still talking about what? No. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Full Spectrum Fest. They mentioned they mentioned a Mastodon account, but it hasn't been updated since last year. They have a Discord. You know what? If we get more info, we'll let you know. I'm not even in their Discord group. I probably should be, just to be able to report on it because it sounds interesting. But I haven't heard too much either, so I don't know. That's kind of a weird, questionable one. But yeah,
Mastodon. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
yeah, I know. Next, Hops Featherfest. This one we do know exists because it's in Austria. This is their second year going. This is pretty cool because they apparently did so well the previous year. You know what? We'll go ahead and translate it to English here. And no, don't give me your your cookies. I don't want your tickets and cookies.
Yes, you do.
No, but I would like to go to their hot dog and
Oh,
beer
that
contest.
plushy.
Look at that is awesome. All of this
That
is
is a cute little plush.
but yeah,
That is adorable.
Yep, the Hops Featherfest, it looks like it is gearing up to happen here in a few weeks, so that is awesome and exciting. Let's see. And it looks like there's a bunch of other things you can do here. But yeah, no, it looks like a really cool and fun time. What? I feel like we're missing something. What?
I mean,
Is the theme religious leaning or something?
Maybe.
Apparently the leaning is you're either going to heaven or hell. You know what? Fair enough. I can get
Let's
it.
go to hell. It's warm.
Yeah. Why not? Let's just,
Get a hand biscuit.
you know what? I will give them all credit for a literal theme for a convention to be heaven or hell. Make a choice, heaven or hell. There's your theme convention. You know what? Bully. You got it, bully. And the week after that, we got the China Southern Brony Carnival. This is one of the Brony conventions over in China. We're hoping to see a lot of cool things. They've been making some really amazing merch out there, and I really am excited to see it. And I do hope that we can see some of it actually here in the U.S. and make it made available to us. But that's also kind of a fun thing in its own right.
Yep.
But anyway, it'll be cool to check out either way. And then the week after that, of course, is the return of the American conventions with TruckCon, which will be happening in Columbus, Ohio once again. Looks like they left Dayton and now they're going back to the Wyndham. Well, not back to the Wyndham. They're going to the Wyndham in Columbus. And it's looking like it'll be a good and fun time. And I hope the best for anybody that is going. I wish I could go. Once again, this was the one I had to drop when prices became a little too high and finances for me became a little not high enough. Which is always the fun thing, right? Okay, so with the convention scene out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about news here. We got a little bit. First off...
You want to stream the Discord?
No, I don't think so. I think you guys will be able to handle it yourself, you know, just kind of insinuate what I'm saying, think about what I'm saying. I think you may get the idea.
So, how's that top 10 list going?
I have no idea. So, it's the top 10 Brony songs. We always want to shout out to the amazing musicians that are out there. And, of course, one group that is making this a lot easier for those that can't listen to every single YouTube that gets popped out every single week. They collaborate to get the top 10 songs by vote and put them in a big collaboration for you to check out. So that way,
Also,
if you are looking...
Nice.
What?
Also, that rarity is very nice.
That's a word for it. But yes, this
I don't know,
the
there's
top
something
10...
off about that rarity body model.
Well, let's not talk about that too much because at the moment... So this top 10 list is pretty cool because it gives you a list of songs that were voted for top 10. Sometimes it's new musicians, sometimes it's familiar favorites. They may have been songs that you missed, or maybe you just want to know if the song that you liked that month actually managed to get on the list. Either way, I think it's a great way to find out about songs, musicians, a lot of different things. There's a lot of great music you can find out about, especially if you want to find out more about the music scene that is out there. It's well worth it. It's well worth checking out. And please do so. Yeah, that is my shout out for that. Next, speaking of music, a bunch of DJ Pony remixes have been released. The volume 4 of the releases. True Original, The Other Side, So Much More to Me, The Pony I Want to Be, and Shake Things Up. These were a bunch of DJ Pony remixes of these songs were made and released on YouTube Music and Spotify. So, yep, if you want to hear different renditions of these songs, you have the option to do so, and you'll just have to use one of the music services, which, I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of been getting...
The music producers pretty much acknowledge our remixes of songs.
Yeah. They're fun, and I'm sure everybody's got one on is on one of these music services at this point. Even if they don't have an account, you're still using it here and there. So yeah, check it out. Next. I want to shout this out. I did not know about this person until recently, but I think it might be a cool thing to check out. A person, well, this person.
Hello, everybody.
I can't see their... Okay, YouTube, you win. I'll open up the freaking channel. Kate Cast Reviews has been doing a lot of interesting reviews, or Let's Talks, about different pony creations that have kind of come and gone. In this case, the most recent one was talking about the Dr. Hooves and Assistant audio series. But they've also done, it looks like they've done some reviews on, well, a lot of other things. But for ponies, they got the both the Ace Attorneys. And, you know, they're all over the place here. So there's a reason why we don't talk too much about them. But they have done some ponies. They do have ponies.
The funny one, though, is the one that was shown right there on screen was they actually still upload every now and again, that group. So...
Yeah, I think they wanted to talk about season 1 of their creation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's well worth a listen to, and it's well worth a listen to, and also maybe worth checking this out, especially if you want to hear about some of the other Brony stuff out there. Though it looks like it's a little bit more mixed than I expected. So you know, I mean, you got Daughter of Discord and a few other things, you know. So just something I wanted to throw out there. Let people know that existed. Next, for other things that existed, Caillou. The Chinese card company has released more stuff. In this case, it looks like they're releasing the next set of cards and things called the Stardust set. It looks like it is dealing with pony life this time around. So yes, even pony life is getting a second chance and a little bit more love over there, which is really cool because honestly, yeah, I get that we had our apprehensions about the series, but it wasn't a bad one altogether. It was just a grain of salt kind of series. Just something to enjoy for how insane
it was. Harmless.
It was harmless. It was just weird.
It was basically one of those turn your brain off and enjoy types, but the issue is the fandom just got off of Gen 4, and Gen 4 ass cheat, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. Gen 4 really did ask you to think, and it really had a big fan base. And the unfortunate thing with that is when you have a massive fan base like that, when you try to go to something simpler and stupider, sometimes fan base just wants more of the same instead of letting something different happen. Because something different may not necessarily be a good thing, but...
It might have been received better if it was released midway through seasons.
No, I don't think there was any winning on this one. I
said it might have been better received.
For it to be received, it's just have a completely different cast of characters.
The problem is, that's probably the better way to do it. The only thing is we've already seen what would happen if they tried to do something like this mid-season. Because we technically got it with G5.
Yep.
Yeah. If you had people weighed between Make Your Mark and Tell Your Tale, they were immediately visceral on Tell Your Tale. Even though Tell Your Tale really had the better animation and the more goofiness to it than Make Your Mark, but They were just shorter
Yeah.
stories. It just people are interesting, but honestly, I think this will do better with time and age, and when people had a chance to finally simmer down and just let it be what it is, rather than trying to be something it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because honestly, it's one of those things of Pony Life. It was not a bad show. It was just totally disliked.
It wasn't a bad show. It was just a terrible show. No, I'm sorry. I get what you mean.
I have
though.
several complaints. Your
Was
opinion?
Pony Life shorts or did they have full 22-minute episodes? No, on both.
No, never.
It was actually kind of funny. Pony Life had 11-minute episodes. Granted,
Yeah, 11
they
minutes.
were in normal show blocks, so you basically had like episode 1 and then episode 2, then the next one episode 3, then 4, next one 5, then 6. So you would have basically have a double pairing of episodes, but they were all 11 minutes long. So none of them. So they were like a little more bite-sized, but not quite as bite-sized.
And they posted them on YouTube as well, so you just have them on YouTube. But they did make sure they could post them like that on actual TV. So
Yeah, Pony.
thought it was
I don't think
C5.
was Pony Life ever put on YouTube.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I
No,
would like
I thought
I'd
it
like to think so, but Pony Life was that's a weird. That's one I have to
Let
think
me
about a little
check.
bit.
I could have sworn it did, but
In my opinion, I think G5 would have Tell Your Tale would have greatly benefited from 11
Yeah.
or 12-minute episodes. Than
Okay, yeah, no, Pony
Yeah,
Life did
right.
did have episodes put up onto YouTube, but not in the same way as the G4 or Tell Your Tale. These were they were like, oh god, this is such a nightmare to go through.
yeah, but it was posted by My Little Pony official.
Yeah,
And
they were
yeah,
posted by
it was
My Little Pony
really-
official, but you got like 30-minute videos and then 5-minute videos,
Yeah.
and then it's
Yeah,
like
it
it looks like a combination of both episode compilations and episode snippets, and it's just it is so
It was
all
a
over.
mess.
It is a mess. So yeah, if you want to watch it, yar har fiddle dee dee, save yourself some anarchy.
Okay, and what I noticed about about Friendship is Magic, they've been doing double uploads for a lot of the recent stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm not doubting that. Just the problem is that we're not exactly talking about Friendship is Magic. We're talking about Pony Life.
Yeah.
Well, I was checking that, and
Anyway,
oh,
so there you go. Anyway, let's move on here. Top 10 pony videos. No, normally we don't throw this out too much, but I decided maybe we should start giving this a little bit of self-promotion for Little Shy as well, because they are still getting these top 10s out every single month, which is really awesome. But it also means with YouTube having YouTube issues, it means that pony videos are starting to get scattered all over the place, not just on YouTube anymore. They might be on Bilibili or PonyTube, or even you might find them on Blue Sky or Twitch, which had or not Twitch, but X, Twitter. Thank you.
we
Yeah.
will never call it X. We will dead name it
No,
for the rest of the.
it is my X because we're not there. I don't go there anymore.
Eh,
That's why we. Anyway, I'm doing good.
the jokes write themselves.
The jokes
You're
are
good, you're
the
good.
jokes the jokes on themselves, but they don't matter. Okay, sorry. Brain aneurysm. Moving on. Anyway, I do recommend checking it out, especially with the segments near the end where they talk about the anniversary videos, like the 5-year anniversary. Some of the videos that came out 5 years ago, and some that came out 10 years ago, and the one thing they pointed out recently, they're soon going to be able to do 15-year anniversary videos.
Please no.
I'm just like I know how you feel. It's just like I mean, cool, but
My poor heart.
my heart. Soon,
Your heart should
soon,
be
soon the pony episodes will be able to be at the legal drinking age.
I mean, God, my poor character that, Light, he's almost old enough. Well, he's old enough here to get a driver's permit now.
Yeah. Oh dear world.
Oh no!
Technically, they're old enough to consent if they were in
No,
Japan.
no, 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 no.
No,
You're
no,
not
stop
doing
that.
this. Shut up.
We're gonna move on now, but check out the video, please. Actually, that is it for the news, and that means it is also time for our content creation, and we got quite a few things here. But to get ourselves started here with the content creation, we usually start off with mentioning our challenge of the week. And our challenge of the week by our random spinning wheel of spinny williness was the Fluttershy Stare. A classic. We finally got to a classic after all the crazy ones. But we also had a protest initiative challenge.
That's right. The protest initiative challenge this week was Drizzle.
Alright. Okay, and oh dear world, this has been interesting for me, I'm not gonna lie. So I along with this week, I've also been trying to participate in the artist training ground for both Equestria Daily and Pony Sky. And along with pushing my own envelope on trying to get things done, testing out different art methods, I've been basically burning the candle on both ends to the point that over the weekend I did not think to draw anything at all. So I had to do a bit of draw cramming earlier today while I was at work. But I think it also was a good wake-up call about where my skills were in position here. Of course, I started off with a simple one with the Fluttershy Stare. This was also was the artist training ground challenge of draw a pony being courageous in face of their convictions. And I was just thinking, the one thing that immediately came to mind is it'd be funny for Fluttershy to stand in with conviction on something. And what would be more weird than just salad topping? Instead of a pizza topping, a salad topping? I'm just
I mean, that makes sense.
red grapes.
You know, that's not actually bad, but I understand.
Raisins. I mean, you put raisins in salad, basically the same thing. So.
It kind of is the same thing, but yeah, I don't know. I swear I've seen people that have completely lost their minds when you mention putting grapes in salad.
I see. That just makes me laugh when people get so upset over simple things like that, honestly. It's like, do you really not have anything else going on in your life where you get so upset over such a small detail like that?
I honestly wonder with people sometimes. I really do.
There's some people make hills
Something's out of molehills.
So some people make their own hills to die on. I guess they're just
already putting fruits in their salad. It's called a tomato.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave the tomato discussion alone. That is
sometimes apples too.
Yeah.
Actually, with all this, I'm surprised. I'm surprised nobody mentioned the strawberries in salad.
No, strawberries and salad is just as good.
Yeah. Oh no, you may hear grape tomatoes. But yeah, no, I just figured grapes and salad would be a fun one to do a courageous conviction, but get a Fluttershy Stare in there. I didn't quite get the stare that I was hoping for. I think I could have narrowed the eyes a little bit more, but I wanted to at least get that look. But yeah, while the expression was there, it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. I started realizing how I was starting to get with the hair and the proportions of the arms and legs, which is, like I said, has been my biggest Achilles heel. Pun.
Pretty good in this picture, so yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. So imagine my surprise when I start doing the second drawing, and I push myself just a little bit further.
Oh, then there were some wiggly legs.
Drizzle. This one is draw a pony beside herself with emotion. In this case, extreme anxiety.
Beautiful.
Draw a pony jumping to acting with too much haste. Basically freaking out at a little bit of basically just a drizzle of water, imagining that a downpour is going to get all their laundry soaked when all they have is a single sheet. And of course, the third one is drizzle. by the Protest Initiative Challenge. So a 3 and 1. That is not a third leg. That is her foreleg. No.
This is frantic movements.
This is a pony freaking out and running around. I probably should have done a little bit more emphasis on the running lines there. But I figured also the fact that her legs are sprayed out like she's freaking trying to do a marathon sprint.
The biggest thing I noticed is she doesn't skip thigh day.
Yeah.
Exactly. She is set up for success.
Well, remember, thick thighs saves lives.
I don't know. That's just how I've been slowly getting my thighs have been slowly getting to with all the practice and testing and everything I've been doing. But yeah, no. The fact is that this looks like art. This looks like an actual drawing. Proportion-wise, it works. The arms look about correct. The hair looks the hair could use a little bit more work, but overall it looks pretty good. The legs themselves actually look like. You got thick thighs, but that's about it. You don't exactly have a.
Thighs are made for apple bucking.
Yeah. I thought she was crumpled on the ground. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I should have put a small shadow under her. A little small shadow right down there would have sold the picture. That would have sold the picture. Thank you,
At the very least, if you could have rotated her just a little bit so that her body's a little more even with the horizon. You know what I mean? Front leg, the back leg there, a little bit straighter down. Body's still in the same thing, so it's not like she's getting up, but she's already running.
I think a shadow would have helped sell that. Just
the shadow would have definitely been the easier option.
Yeah.
Maybe even like a little bit of ground contact, but yeah.
I could see it being crumpled on the ground though.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
Oh, now I look at it that way. Oh.
It still just looks like a normal leg though. The best way to look at it is just right there. You could see the. If I shaded it a bit, it would have also helped. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, I literally finished drawing and got this uploaded just as my work shift ended, and I had to do some cleanup because initially she had a green background on her, which the painting tools I was using, they're not a full solid color situation. So yeah, I have to be careful, or else I get bleed through from the background on the art, and that it just looks weird at that point.
Like what happens with watercolors.
Pretty much, but the thing is, it was supposed to imitate oil painting, so there's an irony for you.
Yeah. That's also the biggest annoyance I've had when I look at digital painting. Like, oh, airbrush, I know how to use that. And then I go and play with it a little bit. Like, this is nothing like an airbrush.
This is not doing what I wanted to do.
And that says something because I know how to use airbrushes. I know how to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, but the fact is, I'm to the point where it's small details and coloring style. I think I finally crossed another threshold with just this insane art challenge that I just put myself through.
Well, you have always said you want to do more art, and even with how I do my art, you can see I have my style, and that's been honed over the years. And sometimes I just go, fuck it, I draw and see what happens.
Yeah, it's just more like trying to get to that right moment of detail. I don't know. It's still a weird place for me. But Coal Dust. Thoughts from the artist.
I think it's good. I think you're getting better at the experimental poses and stuff. It's you got a real sense of running. I like it. It's good. Also. Yes, we do. We do.
What?
Especially with those thick thighs. By the way, caked up pony. That's just fine, Circuit. That's just fine.
They're all caked up. Why do you think the joke was watching it for the plot?
Yeah.
I mean, we've always said that.
I know, but that's the joke. Why do you think the joke is there to begin with?
Because there's a double entendre that we don't talk about.
Huh?
I'm just gonna.
We just talked about it.
I'm just gonna move on. I don't know how to address this at all. Tokoi, here's your entries. Apparently,
Oh, are these different drizzles?
Butterfly stairs. They feel like they're tea essences, which wouldn't be such a bad thing, but
Are they drizzles, though? Can you drizzle them in?
Yes, technically, you. It's kind of thinking back to my work where I have a bottle of chocolate and caramel that I have to put on top of like the frappes or like lattes.
So I
And
guess the
just have to
protest
drizzle
initiative
it
challenge
on.
approval.
So I said, okay, let's do that in a more home setting where you would take a spoon and drizzle it over top, or like the honey thing of, oh, jar honey, open it up, get that little thing, and drizzle it on top of things.
by the way, I just realized something horrifying.
Hmm.
Rainy won.
Yep.
Just had to throw that out there. But yeah,
Didn't realize that.
well, I realized that I was drawing it, but yeah. And also tore
Do not
through.
question the rainstorm.
tore
Also, I did that because someone said, I need a smiley of tour. All right.
Horrifying.
Put it back. Put it back.
And this is why I don't have a natural face.
That's his
Or
bat
so help
pony
me.
fangs.
It's my bat pony face. Alright. But yeah, along with that, we did get some other entries here. Of course, Deathlight. We got the Zaya.
Oh no.
Look at all them books.
Book. Hey, just ignore the drilling table. It's fine.
Actually, I did not see that until just now.
Only two people noticed it. Everybody else
Why do you have a
got
mic?
mimicked.
Don't
But
worry.
explains the
The
watch out.
house-
I was wondering what was up with that.
Don't worry. The house. It's a house of mimics. The house is not a mimic. The house is a mimic.
Yeah.
No. A dungeon, a mimic as a dungeon. That's why you gotta worry.
Hey.
It's a dungeon of mimics.
Hey.
But yeah, the funny thing is, my friend that drew this just already knows what Zaya's about, so just drew that in the essence of Freerin, loving to find random stuff.
Oh yeah. I gotta watch that. I mean, I just finished a really
You
schlock.
should.
I mean,
It's good.
I just finished a really dumb series. So, well, not dumb and a horrible, just dumb and funny. Like I Atelier Meister series. It was really weird, but it was fun. But it's done, so now I should go into Freerin.
It's worth it. It's worth giving it your absolute attention to.
Oh, and like I said,
Yeah.
I should probably put it in a proper spot, not a. I'm gonna put this on while I quickly devour a hamburger.
It's like
Yeah,
the
no,
Apothecary Diaries. You want to give it your attention.
You should.
So.
It demands your attention.
It insists upon itself. Sorry, I couldn't.
I just know looking at the mimic just reminds me of a thing I saw the other day that technically mimics can be any object and dead bodies are considered objects.
Oh god, I
Yes,
don't want.
they are.
So if it sees your party member go by and you've split the party, guess what it's going to mimic?
It's great too because the older a mimic gets and the more magical items it consumes, the more intelligent it is. So you can actually just have a mimic in a dungeon that is intelligent and sells you wares from fallen adventurers.
But
I love that. That is great.
Is a mimic that is a mimic
No,
that
respect the
does
hustle.
is a mimic that mimics a gazebo intelligent or not intelligent though? Yeah, see,
Depends. Do you
that's
believe the
question.
gazebo gods?
So yeah, this
First
one.
off, that's a big item, so it's probably intelligent.
Oh yeah, this one's a little small, but you should be able to still see it. This one is from Phosphorus. They, further theirs, decided to put their Fox character inside one of the Toby dog cars from Deltarune.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, it's really
Yeah.
funny.
It's just like the cute little Tykes cars.
Exactly. There's somebody around where I work that drives one of the small little two-door smart cars, and he got it wrapped just like one of those little tight cars.
Oh yeah, you can do that with that. I think you can also do it with a bug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bug. Yeah, the Volkswagen bug works also pretty well for that.
And
It's
But,
cute
like,
and fun.
Whoever that is knows exactly what they're about.
And next, we do have Kasakai. We got two things from him, but we're gonna do this one first. Just a
Ooh,
little
black
statue.
and white.
I mean, I got Circa right here. I can't remember who this is supposed to be.
I think that's mine.
I don't
Kind
know.
of weird. Kind of weird to
Which
have you
character had that
standing with
double
me like
blade?
that. That is really weird.
Well, remember, DM is the messenger between realms.
Oh, fair enough.
He is the middle character.
And Kasakai's already immediately typing to this. Like, no, this.
Also, Chaos Sky
It is
did link
DM21,
something else
okay.
earlier.
It is DM21. No, there is something
Yeah.
else, and I will begin to that. I just want to make sure we cover everything else first before that. And finally, of course, with the artist training ground, I try not to show off everything I make, or we'll be here all day. But I did want to throw out a few other pieces that kind of evolved from nowhere. Starting off with draw a pony leaping into action.
It's Super Octavio!
I have no idea where this
I
came
like this
from.
one.
I know, I have no idea where it came from in my brain, but I just ran with it.
That is part of the
It's a
creative
little too
process.
low, but that's the only thing I find wrong with it.
Well, I mean, she just
Super
barely
Octa
she
Sisters.
just barely started leaping off of the little platform down there. It's
I
supposed to
think
be
that
like
might
just as
a
she
platform
jumps.
or a pipe.
Well,
No,
no,
it's not-
I'm
it-
saying the cutie mark.
Oh, the cutie
Yeah.
mark. Oh yeah, no, I hand drew that sucker. I'm surprised I got it as good
Yeah.
as I did.
Wow,
yeah,
that's impressive.
I think it should be a little higher on the flank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
CMC
possibly stretched out too.
It probably. Well, I hand drew it. I can't stretch it out. I literally
Yeah,
drew it.
CMC,
He's good.
CMC.
Complaints, but impressive.
Ha-
Yeah.
Are you
impressive.
telling me that your cutie mark doesn't slide around when you jump?
Octavia's Waluigi. No, I just put like a little Octavia hat on her. Though it is the Waluigi
Yeah,
colors. I
because
just
her
realized
eyes,
that now.
the hat
I
matches
just
her eyes.
Yeah, I just made a hat that matched her eyes. That's all I was going with because I didn't know what else to theme it on, and I thought a gray hat would just look weird, so I went with the eyes. This is not the most divisive art that I made, though. No, the one that made me divisive. I got so many mixed feelings about this one, but
Oh.
When you have a bad day.
yeah. This one was interesting to me. I feel like I could have done things better with it.
My name Twilight Sparkle and I've got a kettlebell.
I mean, I guess the point it gets across. People are understanding what the hell is going on. It just, I feel like I could have made I think I made the face too round. I think that's one of the big things. The face is too round. It should have been a little more ovaled. Maybe.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It just feels off somehow. I don't know how to describe it. But I went nuts with putting a lot more detail. The scuffed fur, the hair all over the place, and I even left it a little more sketchy looking. You could see a lot more of the sketch lines on everything rather than the clean lining I've been trying to do. So yeah, this was far and away a complete experiment.
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
That's that.
The movie Falling Down. Where the guy just absolutely loses it. Just starts fighting with everyone.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah,
Yes!
he just won.
When you're young, you don't understand the movie, but when you get older, oh man, I get it.
I kind of didn't get it, but yeah, he just gets so tired of everything that he just done. He's just done.
Jumps off the deep end, yeah. Kind of reminds me of that, honestly.
I get that. I absolutely get that. You just get so tired of everything that you're done. But that's not what I was going with. I was just going with, you you just pissed. You pissed off Twilight. So Twilight's just so pissed off at somebody doing really crappy shit. She's just like, you know what? No, I'm not even using magic for the sword. I'm taking you down physically. This will end. Kind of like the end of a Die Hard. Just you got McClane just kind of coming with the gun, just like I can't remember his name now. The freaking villain.
Yeah. So long since I watched Die Hard.
Hans, like Hans. It's just like he's like everything around him is burning and exploding and flashing lights, and he's just half holding this gun that it's look like
McClane.
McClane is doing it, holding the gun, and he's just like he's limping because his feet are all cut up and he's hurt. It's just he's still like still coming after him because Hans still has his wife. It's just like it's just like you can't stop this guy. He is done. He is so done. And
So basically the Wolverine, but without all the power armor and demons.
That's what you call a really pissed off person on a Friday night. That just wants to go home, go for their weekend. You know how it goes. It's just like, oh my hell.
I'm trying to see if I can find a quick picture of it. Just like it's such a freaking iconic scene.
Yes, it is. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just like coming out from the shadows and everything. He's just, oh god. But yeah, no, this was wildly experimental for me in so many ways. But there are some things I really love about it, and some things I wish I could work more with. But it was a stretch, which is what I needed. To just basically stretch myself into that. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, thank you so much for indulging me. We still got one more thing. I'm not going to forget it. But I did want to get one thing out of the way before we got to it, because it is Chaos Akai has another video for us for the Brony Show Soul Calibur universe. But I want to get the picker wheel done and dusted before we go to that wheel. You know what? I know what I just said.
No, you're understandable, because it's going to take us a moment to do that.
Yeah. So, everybody here, we have our picker wheel. Once again, this is our challenge of the week wheel. We take everybody's suggestions. Everybody gets a suggestion, but everybody gets one suggestion. We put them all into this wheel. Wow, already jumping in on this. But just a reminder, everybody gets one entry. You are allowed one entry, but everybody only gets one, so make sure you choose wisely. We will put it in here. After we get all entries, we will shuffle the entries and then give the wheel a spin. So there will be, nobody is getting an advantage, nobody is getting ahead. Everybody, it is a mix. We want to make this as fair as possible, and everybody gets a good and equal opportunity for their prompt to get selected. Even though we do that, though, for some weird reason, some people get picked twice or 3 times. I have no idea. We aren't doing it intentionally. I can promise you that, because I don't like that. It is called
luck of the draw, and as a rule that we enforce, it has been set forth. The 3rd time you are picked in a row, you cannot do it a 4th.
Well, technically, that's been a self-imposed rule. I've never imposed that, but most people who have been picked twice or 3 times.
Yeah, I self-imposed on myself a few times.
Yeah, people who have seemed to have picked at least 3 times tend to self-impose on it. So I'm not stopping them from doing that. I just never it's not an actual rule we have. But nobody said boo, and nobody has stopped nobody. Everybody's doing it anyway. So I'm okay with it. I got no qualms.
Commander, if you're still around, want to give us a suggestion?
Yeah, everybody gets a prompt. We're just giving everybody a chance here. We got a good number of prompts here, so this is great. We got a great little bit of prompts for shuffling.
And second, as of right now on Twitch, we have 11 people, up from our normal 6 or 7.
No. Don't tell me the people. Don't tell me the odds.
Don't tell me the numbers.
Don't tell me the numbers, Chris. Don't tell me the numbers. I don't need to know the numbers. I'm just here to entertain. Whether it's 1 or 1 million, I'm just here for them.
Never tell me the statistics.
Okay, we got it. Now I'm good. Put that in there.
Okay. Actually, I will be serious. Commander, something. Are you? I'm just to be completely fair, in case we are misinterpreting. Are you just saying you're good with not giving us a prompt, or you're good, or you want? Nah, I'm good to be the prompt.
Someone wanted to ping Suki.
Nah.
No, Suki will appear when he wants to.
Suki might be dead to the world at this point, for all we know.
Nah, we're good.
Yes, what? Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, which one? No.
Yes,
Commander,
put it
something.
in.
Yes, we are good. Yes, we are good, I believe.
No, is it yes, it's a prompt, or yes, it's not a prompt? Yeah, I asked him to clarify, and he said yes. That's like, do you want chocolate or
good.
peanut butter? Yes.
Yes?
No!
He wants chocolate in his peanut butter.
Yes! No! No! You know what? Okay, you know what? Fine.
It is a prompt.
We're making it a prompt now. Yes.
No question.
Nah,
mark.
I'm good.
That's
Nah, I'm good. It's a prompt now. Let's go ahead. Random. Go!
Well, Rowley, tell us the lesson we should have learned.
Oh,
How many
that
ponies
was
does it take to change
funny.
a light bulb?
How many ponies does it take to change a light bulb? The world is probably about to find out in a week.
It would have been hilarious though if we got. Nah, I'm good.
that would have been hilarious, but what a
It
weird...
was at least one, if not two, off.
But we do have the protest initiative challenge. Do we have a protest challenge?
Yes, we do. The protest initiative challenge this week is Sprinkle.
Ooh, sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
Remember, it's sprinkle, not sprinkles. Sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
One or more rain. Damn it!
Or it could be your pet sprinkle. Ooh, no.
Ooh.
All right, and with that, we are going to go ahead and check out Kasekai's latest entry in the Brony Soul Calibur Universe Season 3, Second Strike, Enter the Bar.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like running into it.
Yeah.
And do you remember he is using AI voices just for fun. This is not for profit. This is just creative use.
Anyway, here we go. Okay, he said put his own insignia on here now at this point. We've gone full on production on this.
We're getting too professional.
Sorry, one last thing
mean-
one last thing I gotta point out here. I just realized he's got 1.32K subscribers.
I know. What
Yeah.
the hell?
I don't know either.
He's gaining popularity.
We somehow someone else is key to doing this, and we are just now lore.
Yes.
No.
You know what?
I mean, the fact that he mentioned the god Nog. I made up a joke, and somehow it's now a god.
And that's when I said, you really expect me to eat a bunch of bananas after that?
Okay, you know what? That was a horrible AI voicing and then a laugh track. This is such crap. I love it. Okay, let's keep going.
That was great, man.
If I had organic eyes, they'd be watering right now.
Will you three cool it? You're annoying the other patrons.
What other patrons?
Me?
Wow, that feels insulting.
In other news, Taraga Infinity, leader of the newly re-established nation of Cyber Nui, held a press conference earlier today where he had this to say.
Cyber Nui has decided to reopen its borders to the rest of the world, to usher
Yeah?
in a new age of cooperation and friendship.
Oh, great. There's going to be more Tokois running around.
God, that's a terrifying thought. No.
Hey now, you can't judge all robots based
Hey
on
now, you
just-
can't judge all robots based on just me.
Try me.
I can and I will.
Taking on a student? I know I'm a master now, but this wasn't in the job description?
Maybe it's a perk?
Hey, Lumi.
Hey, everyone. Lumi, why do you have a child with you?
We found her in the
Allow me
dictator.
to make a formal introduction.
She is mine
Hello,
now.
I am Circuit Light, daughter of Circuit Main and Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, come on, let's see the reaction to this.
Good night, everybody.
What?
What the?
Suki, why are you humping the air? What?
Stop it.
What channel? What channel is this? This is Chaos Akai's channel. Chaos Akai, if you'd be so kind as to link it.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa! Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta point this out. Anybody
Did
else?
you just slide with the chair?
No. Well, yes, but no. Yeah, if you look right next to Coldust's left shoulder.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see, but watch what happens when Suki starts moving.
Yeah, the whole
Oh,
box
the
move.
transition! It's not all that
Lumi,
way
you have some
clear.
explaining to do.
Oh, thank
I
God!
feel like-
Everybody blew up. Everybody just blew up. It's over.
Haha. I have tracked
so
you
much
down.
more.
Now
The
I,
heck?
Liz, co-captain of the Bonanites, am here.
Oh my
And
god.
I've got a bone to pick with you.
I feel like we
You're
just
back to
insulted
Dick
so
Russell's.
many fandoms all at once somehow.
Is this the back
Celestia,
bit?
damn it.
Back bit possible?
Well, I've been needing an outlet for my rage today.
Oh, they did blow up the bar.
Right,
I was
that's
kidding.
hooray!
You get to see Running Tab in
I
action.
was kidding. I was kidding about blowing up the
So
bar.
a challenger approaches to try to tickle my funny bone.
Oh God,
Just shut the
no!
hell up and fight.
Well, aren't you a Debbie
Running
Downer?
Tab is going to murder
Minion,
someone.
get in there.
Yeah.
and
But
break
they're
it.
already dead.
Murder.
She's not a Debbie
Move.
Downer, she's a
beginning
Debbie
to regret
Downer.
my
I'm beginning to regret my life choices.
You know what? I will give Kasakai credit for not having a small yellow guy come up and just making random noises. We all know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
No, we get that. But again, Chaos Sakai, thank you for including some of the characters that we don't do for lore, because let's face it, a lot of our silliness can't be lore.
No, we do have some
Yes,
lore
they
already,
can.
thanks to Creature, I believe.
It's all lore. You just gotta try hard though.
Not really, scary lady, but
Not necessarily, but
Okay, I just realized. Okay, that explains that.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 2. Fight.
I will say I don't see Running Tab being a leather person, but I can imagine her having a leather jacket, though.
I'm not getting into that one at all. I mean, I'm probably going to have to at some point because I did create her, but still.
Claim victory.
Well, you did create her, but I also helped with some colors and some early designs.
By the way, Kelsakai, did you link the channel yet in the chat?
If not, we can easily do so.
Yeah, I just want to let him have his kudos since he did make
Looks
it.
like I'll have to make a marrow escape.
A marrow escape.
Oh!
Boy,
Good
ain't I
uses,
humorous.
Liz! What
Good
can I
one,
humorous?
Jen.
For you!
Lumi, explanation now.
Louis, explanation
Before I
now.
have an aneurysm.
Oh.
Hold it.
I have aneurysm.
No, it's
Yeah.
an aneurysm. Okay, so everybody, we gotta be careful. If you get too upset, you're gonna have an aneurysm.
Okay.
Which I'm guessing you yams come out from somewhere they shouldn't.
Huh. And remember, we gotta wait till the end.
Supposed to come
because-
from there?
You wait till the end, because you never know when the hidden thing comes.
No, that's it.
That's all. Alright.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Oh.
all. All right.
Again, Chaos, we love what you're doing.
Absolutely. Though I can't help but knock on it a little bit. It's just.
Yeah, it's
All
so
right.
fun.
Okay, we'll go ahead and post here. So, yeah, this is a whole thing Kasakai has been doing for a while now. Just to throw out there.
It started with us being in a fighting tournament.
Just beating.
That story happened.
Basically, just beating the crap out of each other in AI arcs, which I vehemently oppose because some of those I really wonder.
Well,
And somehow that led to a whole lot of saying, "How did he win?" And then,
well, you know, it didn't help. Also, after a while, we figured out the AI's preferred fighting styles and weapons and stuff too. After a couple of fights, so we're like, oh, they're gonna win.
Pretty much, it got to a point. All right, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next little segment here. Now, of course, our next segment is going to be a fun one that I have very excitedly. You know what? I'm going to keep this on here for the moment. That we call the
Brony Analysts.
Thank you. I keep call it Brony debates, but it's not like that. Brony Analysts, where we are going to be giving two groups a decision that they have to decide between. They're not good decisions at all. But they're going to have to debate why their decision is the better one. Of course, to do that, we need to split up our people into two teams, or at least two participating teams. And
there's a number of us.
So we do have around. I don't think we have as many people available as we think we do because we may not have numbers may be odd, but I don't think some people are able or are basically able to participate.
Suki seems to be away at the moment.
Yep. And I don't know if Cold Dust is going to be able to participate or not, but
I will say my brain is not all there.
And
but
Deathlight is
try.
gone. Deathlight has just vanished, so I hope Deathlight has a good evening. But
when Deathlight's wind down just to hang out with people.
Yeah. Anyway, while we get the teams ready, I realized I forgot to make my tea, and if I'm going to be doing this for us, I should have a quick tea drink. So, I'm going to leave you guys here to separate into two teams of equal or lesser value. Basically, just make whatever two teams you want, even if you want 4 against 1, which, oh god, heaven help whoever is the 1. Or the 4, maybe, if they're a really good debater. But, go ahead and split up into two teams. When I get back, we once the teams have been decided, we'll go ahead and show the first of our little prompts. I'll be right back.
Hey, Steam, so you want a team with me?
My brain is not on top of things right now.
Neither is mine for some reason, but then again, I am under the weather.
I'm willing to be the mouthpiece if you're willing to jump in.
Beck, how about
I think
it?
first off, who all is here for joining teams?
I mean, I can be if we need, but I'm gonna be honest, my brain's not all
Beck,
there.
are you there?
But I can try.
Oh no.
I think there's 4 of us then.
Hack?
With one of those being Cole, who's half distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Suki and Tech are AFK.
Alright, so you and me, DM?
Oh, there we go.
Toa teamed up with CMC. Do you want to team up with me?
Sure.
All right, we have decided. I also think the past few days have been a little bit tiring for everyone. So let's hope we're not going too off the rails on this crazy train.
I blame the weather.
Yeah, the weather has been kind of fucky.
That and my family member's job has access to a lot of children that are probably sick right now, and that's how I got sick myself.
I would not be surprised.
Children are like the weather.
Right, now we just gotta get second back. And, folks, a lot of you guys aren't going to be seeing, but some of the wallpapers that second has will never be seen again. Not because they will never show up again, it's because it's been that long.
Been that long?
And he has so many wallpapers, just like I do.
I know, right? It's so much fun. Anyway, actually, I've been debating on doing something with that, but that's in the future. For now, so everybody, have you got your teams? Have you got your teams together?
It is me and CMC versus Tech and DM.
Excellent. Don't call us if you want to join in a team. Please feel free to let us know. So, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Just bear with me a quick second. I just want to make sure I got the images lined up and ready to go. All right. So, hello everybody, and welcome once again to the Brony Panelists, where we have the greatest panelists of all time deciding the fate of a random question that will hold horrible sway to the rest of us for the rest of our time in life. Scary thoughts indeed. However, it is a question that must be asked, and anything that must be paid or something like that. I don't know. My brain is slowly melting here. I'm barely able to keep functioning as a human being anymore.
The terrible price.
The terrible price indeed. Actually, what am I doing here? I know exactly how I can do this. Okay. So, good news, teens. Actually.
Oh no! Oh boy! I don't like how he said that.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
Actually, you know what? Coldust, are you there? Don't worry, this is not going to put you on a team. Okay. Let's see.
Total existence failure.
Yep, pretty much.
The failure has been detected. Ejecting the failure. Wait, what?
Okay. So, Team A. Oh, Coldust.
I'm back.
All right.
Okay.
Coldust. Well, we got the two teams selected. We have. Toa, could you recite them again?
It is me and CMC and Tech and DM.
Did you want to join?
Cool.
Did you want to join either of the two teams?
Honestly, I'm so tired tonight. I don't think I'd be any help at all.
In that case, do you want to help me out with one other thing? We're gonna go ahead.
What's that?
I just need you to flip a coin.
Okay, I can do that.
And heads will be Team 1, which will be CMC and Toa. And tails will be Team 2, which is DM and Tech.
All right, here we go. I rolled a 7.
You know, we'll go with Team 1 then. Odds it is.
All right.
So, CMC and Toa, you are going to be Team 1, so you will be able to select which of the two options first. I just realized that we needed to get that out of the way before we actually did this, or else we would have problems.
It's all good.
So, good news, everyone! So, Hasbro has decided to lift the veil and allow for a 7th member, official 7th member of the Elements of Harmony. So, yep, Starlight Glimmer is still Twilight's apprentice. She is not an element. Trixie is not an element. She's just an antagonist. And Discord is just a pain, but not an element. But a new element must be selected nonetheless. And unfortunately, you can't decide to stick with 6. Nope, Hasbro said there has to be a 7th now. You wanted it, you got it. And unfortunately, now you're stuck. However, Hasbro also let their 5-year-old in onto the board, and they decided what one of the elements should be. However, we were able to narrow it down to 2 choices. So, your task is to decide, is the 7th element of harmony the element of a horrible obsession with cheese, or the element of really horrible catchphrases?
CFC, could we do something cheesy with it, or do you want to just make horrible puns?
It's not puns, catchphrases.
Sorry, catchphrases. Hootenanny.
I'm not sure I know enough cheese, but I'm also not good with catchphrases. So I think I'll let you choose.
You know what? Let's go with cheese because that means I can go with another version of cheese where it's like, I'm so cheesy.
CMC and Toa, you have elected to have the seventh element of harmony be the element of cheese. However, DM and Tech, your element is the element of catchphrases. Horrible catchphrases. Now, your task for the task for both of you is to tell us why your element should be the seventh element of harmony. And of course, we're going to start off with CMC and Toa.
Well, I would say it's because who doesn't love cheese? And also, at times being cheesy is a good way to be a friend. You make a joke that people find corny / cheesy, and you build a bond with that person.
And cheese holds everything together. It will mend broken relationships and bring everyone together, and they will not be able to let go. Because cheese.
Also, the moon's made out of it, so we get Luna as our deity.
Moon!
Okay. So we get the glue that melts us together and surprise deity. So Tech, DM, you have the seventh element of horrible catchphrases. How will that become our seventh element of harmony?
Because
Well,
we can.
Oh, go ahead, DM.
Because we can make horrible catchphrases to annoy, frustrate, and cringe our enemies.
Confuse our enemies?
Confuse, cringe our enemies, yeah, and make them regret even coming up against us.
So
well, not only that, as bad as horrible catchphrases are, at least they don't cause lactose intolerance.
Oh,
or go grow moldy after a few weeks.
Oh,
not to mention a lot of cheeses come super smelly.
Oh.
Not to mention, a lot of cheeses come with mold. Can you imagine? So you can never tell again whether a cheese is good mold or bad mold. So you can never tell
all the rats will be attracted to you.
Oh, so your argument is more that it's not the fact that catchphrases are good, is that the cheese stands alone in being terrible.
And too much cheese will make you constipated.
Yep.
I feel like they haven't lifted up their catchphrases enough. They went straight to the attacking.
They did, but
yeah.
it's a valid way of going. If you decide that you just want to attack your opponent rather than try to lift yourself up.
Excuse me, Circuit.
Oh.
It's not easy to
catchphrases. Oh, it was a wind up for a pitch. It was a pitch. Oh.
Oh, not to mention, Circuit. Not to mention, some cultures forbid dairy, including Hindus. So technically, we don't have to follow any diet. So technically, we don't have any rule. We don't have any restrictions as far as diets.
And we have more variety of catchphrases than cheeses. Like nothing.
And so much more customizable.
They keep forgetting the other thing that I added there with cheesiness of some stuff.
Oh.
Not just the physical cheese, but sometimes the emotionalness of cheese.
And it's almost like they forget that blue cheese exists, and yeah, it smells, yeah, it looks like it's moldy. That's part of its charm and how it's actually good. Though I do have to wonder if they're using these catchphrases to make the enemies dislike them. How long until they're overused a catchphrase such that the other elements dislike them?
That's
Well,
true.
we're the other element. They have to put up with us.
No,
Or
they
we
don't,
just-
because you
or
have
we
just
just
shown
adjust-
disharmony. You are not
or
an
we-
element of harmony. You are an element of chaos. Did Discord put this up to you?
Or we could just change our tactics and do catchphrases that are not as cringeworthy, so they don't kick us out.
And we can make catchphrases that make fun of a lot of cheesy jokes, like cheesy movies, cheesy music, etc.
You're forgetting people enjoy those things far more than overused catchphrases because, excuse me of the team, but just because you use it don't mean it's endearing.
Oh, well, I'm chewing bubblegum and kicking a lot of ass, and I'm out of kick.
You didn't even say that right, and you are saying you are the element of bad catchphrases.
No, they're not the element of bad catchphrases. They're just trying to promote the element of bad catchphrases. They could be as bad at catchphrases as they want. But
I think it's not good enough.
Yeah, it's never truly good enough. The mutts are not up to snuff.
At least we don't end up doing a barrel roll every time we go to the cellar.
You forget, the barrels always make the cheese a lot better.
It depends on the craftsmanship of the barrels.
Just like the catchphrases.
I'm sorry, but doing the cheese roll down a hill looks like a fun time.
Yep.
Well, I can see there's
Just
discussion.
end up with a bunch of cups of Marzu.
Well, I can see this discussion is starting to get a little crackers here. So we're gonna go ahead and spread out and move and go ahead and go to the second part of this debate here. So you've heard the competition's approach to bad catchphrases and why they think that the cheese should be left in the fridge. So why in the world should we go ahead and allow the cheese to spread?
In all honesty, there are so many ways you can make it a way of building bridges without punching down on others. Because a cheesy joke, again, can make someone happy. A cheesy movie can make someone have a fun time. Heck, the cheesiest music could bring a new genre of dance together.
Pizza.
Or alienate the person watching it.
Catchphrases can also be used in music, like in dubstep, for example. Make some awesome music. If you need, it can be remixed too.
I'm feeling lucky.
Thank you, Gavin. We appreciate you from Achievement Hunter.
Okay, nice quick rebuttal from the cheese factory. All right. So, Bureau of Bad Catchphrases. What's the stitch?
We need to stitch up. We need to stitch up the
I
universe.
think they forgot to wait for their introduction because they were already speaking.
No, that's literally all I had. What's the stitch? Honestly, I couldn't think of a good way of saying your counter. What's your counter rebuttal? Or
well, Stitch has a glitch, so we have to go under maintenance for a while. But don't worry, we're gonna rev things up.
All right.
I think they're just spinning their wheels and not getting anywhere fast.
Okay. Wow. Okay. This got into some interesting places. So, for this, I'm gonna go for the debate here. I'm gonna say that our cheesy progenitors have won. However, I'm pretty sure Twilight Sparkle will not be too thrilled when they decide to bring out the complimentary quesadillas.
It's delicious.
But yes, I guess the seventh element of bad catchphrases wasn't quite catching enough. So let's go ahead and move on to our next little bit of news here. And this time, Tech DM, you will be able to be the first one to pick between the two.
I don't know. Considering how many blanks I've been popping up into my head, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Well, we have the advantage here, DM. We can actually pick.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they have a better argument in the end.
It might. It might not. You might actually be able to run with the argument too. Just kind of relax and let your brain flow on this one. There's no right or wrong answers until I tell you you're wrong. But until then. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. But good news, everybody. Apparently, they found funds hiding in the closet of Hasbro to make another My Little Pony Generation 4 episode. However, unfortunately, they had a bunch of crypto bros that decided to get involved and decide what the episode is going to be. And after much hashing out and bribery, only 2 episode ideas were allowed to go to print. So now it's up to you to decide what is going to be our new last MLP episode of G4. So, is the episode going to be Spike suddenly becoming the hottest thing in Equestria? Not literally, just in the metaphysical sense, where every mayor wants him, every stallion wants to be him, and all of us want to go home after that? Or do we get an episode of Fluttershy learning how the internet actually works?
I don't know what you think, Dan. Although I'm going to go with Fluttershy on the internet because there's a million ways those lessons can go.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. You can see that Brony there searching up something very lewd.
Boy, you just want to corrupt to a Fluttershy immediately, don't you? Or scar her for life. Alright, so your choice is Fluttershy and the internet, which means CMC Toa, you have Hot to Trot Spike. we are all going to die for this. So, DM, Tech, you have the beginning floor this time. Tell us, why is Fluttershy learning how to use a computer the best last episode for MLP Generation 4?
Because she gets to answer all of our fan mail and answer all the questions that fans wanted to know about the show.
But then she gets some hate mail to start with, because you know Hasbro's not going to go too far with this. But there's also a lot of lessons that can be learned. Not just educational stuff from the internet, but how to handle stupid people on the internet, how to not fall in the traps of the internet.
Also,
so
also learning how to tell the difference between misinformation, fact from fiction, fact-checking sources, and practicing safe internet etiquette.
And she could do so much better than that cringy Kid's Guide to the Internet from the 90s.
Oh, wow. Oh. So, actual wholesomeness, teaching valuable lessons, and trying to replace something that has been spoofed on forever since it was discovered.
And internet safety, too.
Yeah.
Don't meet strangers on the internet.
And the importance of ad blockers and malware bites programs and VPNs.
So, loving wholesome and not altogether destroying Fluttershy from within. Alright, so we got a good wholesome episode on the line. Good way to wrap it all up. Now, CMC, Toakoi, how do you deal with anime protag Spike?
So, we start the episode with some silly shenanigans. Spike is now, like, looking like Garble age with that full teen to 20s body and just so hot that you don't need a want it, need it spell. He is a want it, need it spell.
Yeah, I see that. My response would be him already being in a relationship and this happening. mainly with Gabby, so we can sidestep the Rarity thing. But Rarity would be one of the first to attempt to be like, "Oh, Spike, I haven't noticed how pretty you've been," and that would be his first red flag. Going, "Rarity, what's going on?" And then suddenly, as he escapes Rarity, he notices other mares around town doing it. The twist is, Gabby is not affected by this. Is like, what's going on? And then they have to go on a minor quest to figure out, okay, what happened here, and go to the Dragonlance. Unfortunately, because Pecos Eye after them, they can't fly. Therefore, they have to make a trek via ground to avoid stuff and get there. The twist after this would be Emma saying, "Oh yeah, when a male dragon has reached an age, he gives off pheromones that any female in the area would be attracted to him." They point to Gabby and go, "Why not her? She already is in love with you, dummy." "Oh, that makes sense. How do we stop this?" "Well, you have to stay in a cave for at least a week."
So your argument
And
is
then the babies happen.
Thank you.
So basically, Spike is immediately attractive to every single female in Equestria, and instead of taking advantage of it, he immediately takes his girlfriend and hides in a cave for a week.
Basically,
Go
you have
on
to
a
find out
personal
what the heck's going on.
vacation.
Yep.
First of all, this is supposed to be a child-friendly episode.
I don't know, that child-friendly is hiding themselves in a cave and pretending that they don't exist seems to be about as close as you're ever going to get for child-friendly and being hot to trot.
Not if they're alone together.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know how those two nerds are going to spend the time? They're going to read books and play games.
Yep.
They'll have
And
card
have
games,
it
like
in
board
and out,
games.
in between those times.
No. You forget the simple thing of just because you
How
have
do
access
nerds
to it.
spend their time?
Yeah. You have to remember, just because people have access to something does not mean they will do it at every moment they have.
So you're assuming that they...
Of course not,
Same
but
thing
they
with
do
the internet.
do
Just
sometimes.
because you have access to all the material doesn't mean you access it all.
Thank you for supporting us, Tech.
No. The internet is more vast than Spike and Gabby being together.
But you are
So
still
if you
proving the
want
point.
Spike, here you go. It's already online.
So you're having Spike and Gabby go into a cave and playing a bunch of board games and card games together.
Yep, that's basically it. At
So
least it's
you're turning
child-friendly
it,
version.
you're turning this into a Hasbro toy commercial for Monopoly and their Uno games.
Isn't that basically what the show was?
I mean, yeah, but
That's how it started, but not how it evolved.
but I mean, technically, they were still advertising the toys.
Also,
the pony
let-
toys, not everything else.
I also have led there's spicy Uno, and I'm just like, hey.
Spicy Uno?
Yes!
How do you do Spicy Uno?
I will get it for you! And I will...
I'm just terrified all of a sudden. Right, while I
Sounds like a striptease.
Spike's cave playset. Spike's cave playset. Here's Spike's little corner where he deals with the harshest reality of being a man and with all the used napkins therein. There's Gabby's corner, which is actually half of the cave, and it's just shut off with a curtain. There's the board games that they brought to play, but they never actually use them because guess what? Yeah, it's not happening. You're right. They have the option, but they're not going to use it. But it's not the way you're thinking.
Hey, at the very least, we have a family-friendly thing that doesn't involve having actual creeps on the internet.
No, instead you have Spike creeping in a
cave.
cave. Yeah, you have Spike.
That will make it out to be like that, though. Creeps on the
Hey,
internet will make it
Fluttershy's
out to be
website
like
can
that.
be 100% friendly for kids.
No, you have Spike. Yeah,
And our episode teaches them. And our episode teaches them to be safe on the internet.
Which, let's face it, almost everybody's on the internet these days.
That's it.
There's only one gaping flaw with your plan, boys. They didn't have the internet in G4.
You know what? Wait. There's one gaping flaw in your there's one gaping flaw in your thing. This is a make believe discussion episode where anything we says goes. If they said that suddenly, oh, they have the internet, they have the internet. It's Hasbro executives here.
Yeah, it's like 5 years later.
And Spike being attracted to everything is also make believe.
Besides, if you really want to, we can just sub out Fluttershy for Zip. You're just not winning this argument here. Come on.
Yeah, fair enough. I would accept Zip more than Fluttershy.
Besides, besides if it's Fluttershy, her idea of Twitter would probably be just a bunch of birds flying back and forth giving her news. Heck, there's your internet. She's just talking to birds and keep giving her news.
That's your Stone Age internet for you.
Yeah. Anyway, I took over the topic. Also, Spike's Cave playset. It comes with a complimentary bottle of lotion. Moving on. Okay. So, we're taking this way too far.
I tried to keep it clean. I really
No, you
did.
weren't. You did. You had him going into a cave. You lost the clean argument a long time ago.
How was that different from any of the other times he went into a cave?
It'll be different if he had his friends there too. Some friends there too, but
no, he's got his girlfriend. Him and his girlfriend going into a cave for a week. Yeah, I'm sure they'll just be playing card games all the time. Okay, let's go ahead and move on back. So, the Fluttershy learns the internet. Rebuttal argument on why that should be the final MLP episode.
I mean, and you know how there's lessons in almost every MLP episode? There's lots of good lessons in Fluttershy's, whereas with Spike being attracted to everything, I mean, really, what lesson is there in that? Just wait till it's all over?
Well,
I can't wait till it's all over and have plenty of lotion, I suppose. It's the Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead. You just go to a pub and have a pint and wait for it all to blow over. Except in Spike's case, it's hide in a cave, have a pint, and have
Jesus.
A pint of lotion, and it'll blow over, all right. But okay. Okay, Question Girls did. All right, Question Girls did also have the internet. So yeah, there's two losing arguments here immediately on the internet thing. Now that I think about it. Sorry, I went overboard. Please go ahead and continue.
And our episode actually teaches children how to be safe on the internet. And what the wonderful things we can learn, and to learn the difference between misinformation and fact, and making sure to fact check your sources.
You're funded by crypto bros?
Yeah.
Do you think they're actually going to want safety?
Well, the crypto bros crypto bros got involved with the script writings and not exactly funded. They just were in the boardroom, so they ended up messing with things. So we didn't get an actual good wholesome episode. We ended up with Spike and the cave lotion and Fluttershy on the internet. I mean, yeah.
So what crypto scheme did they put into the episode?
Yeah, that is a thing.
Let's just assume that the crypto bros just want them on the internet just because more suckers are on the internet, whether they've been trained or not, isn't going to mean anything because kids are dumb anyway.
Therefore, the safety part of that would be very much not a good thing.
Also, teach kids about the not get suckered into cryptocurrency.
You are not winning this with the crypto bros being the people doing the script.
The crypto bros are just caused the. Okay, why do I feel like I'm just trying to make a fun analogy and you guys are literally using it as a weapon here?
As you said, this is a fun made-up debate.
I know, but dear God, look, the crypto bros. The crypto bros took all the money from the executives. They only had enough money left for one episode, and they only had 2 scripts. The crypto bros already got their money. They don't care about the episode. They just wanted the money.
Well, what if they did care about the episode?
Oh God, heaven help
You-
us. It would
you have
literally
made
be
your bed.
It would literally be Spike advertising why cryptocurrency is gonna get him laid, or Fluttershy advertising why cryptocurrency is gonna get her laid. Either case, somebody's trying to get laid, and unfortunately everybody else gets effed.
He's gonna teach children how cryptocurrency can be used as a second currency and to help you buy stuff that you wouldn't usually be able to.
Except no, they're just all gonna get effed. Well, anyway. All right, that's enough of that. Okay, but
I forgot about the crypto bro thing, to be honest.
I know it was just a throwaway line. I didn't think that just coming up with a random reason why this happened. Jeez, like money in a closet and crypto bro.
Thanks,
okay.
Thanks for neutering us, Circuit.
I'm not neutering you. They're the ones. I mean, for crying out loud, I threw Spike in a cave with lotion. I'm trying to give you help.
You mentioned crypto bros specifically.
I started this thing with crypto bros. I didn't.
I'm sorry. You are talking to someone who has written a lot of stuff and knows how to make it not as dirty. And if people want to make it dirty, fine. I'm not the one interpreting it that way.
I'm just having fun with any weapons I can.
See?
Yep.
Tokoi is just trying to be the self-righteous hero when he's the one that threw Spike into a cave with a girlfriend and a box of lotion. He's not winning. CMC at least can admit he'll just run with it. All right.
I will run with it because, damn it, the boy has been through so much and he's been through enough heartache that I'm like, no, let him have a win.
Been the butt monkey too much. He needs something.
Well, he's about to have a week's worth of it, that's for sure. Anyway. all right. Getting back on track. So, all right, for the sake of the actual argument, since apparently somebody decided to stick a knife in the whole thing with my own analogy, the Crypto Bros were there only to try to siphon the money from Hasbro, which they did with the rug pull, and now they left on their way. The money left over, it was for 2 really bad scripts that they were only able to pay cheap writers that were probably using an AI. So this is why we got Fluttershy on the internet and Spike the cave gooner. I'm not even going to try to justify this anymore.
The second one you have made just because you think he would be.
No, it's because no, I was just making the joke. You're the one that shoved him into a cave.
Yes, and I already said he has been responsible and he has a girlfriend that has consented to this.
You think
the moment you said consent. The moment you said consent, it tells us everything. Anyway, sorry. I seem to have gotten on the wrong side of the argument. I shouldn't be on any side. I'm just trying to justify why this is a thing, why this is happening. Okay, rebuttal on Fluttershy and the internet. Please go on.
I think that basically was the thing. The reason why Spike going through this, as CMC and I have said, it's just so what he has a win, but 2, he's also showing that being a loving spouse, regardless of how correction, partner,
spouse. You went from girlfriend to spouse. What are you doing?
Some people call their boyfriend and girlfriend their spouse.
No, they don't. That is not a thing.
They have to be married. They have to be married first.
That is not how that works. That is not how any of this works.
That's not how it works.
Oh God! Oh God! I need a second. No! Please go ahead. Anybody else, go ahead. CFC, go ahead.
Fluttershy and the internet really does sound like a cheap AI script that a cheap writer would use.
Thank you.
Same thing with the Spike thing, but at least with the internet one, you're teaching today's kids how to use the internet, which, face it, a lot of kids are not properly using the internet, so we need a wholesome character like Fluttershy to teach them properly.
Exactly.
And then they find the internet and what they have done to Fluttershy, Hyrule XD.
Well, that's the updated internet. She's actually going to teach you how to avoid all of that if you don't want to see it. and also how to avoid guys on that should be on To Catch a Predator.
Or stuck in a cave with a bottle of lotion.
You're not gonna let it go that...
No! This is the most hilarious thing we come up with! Damn it!
The fact that it's going to be as clear as possible, and a dragon is basically going, yeah, the only way you can solve this is be in a cave with your girlfriend for a week.
Being a kid with a girl, you are literally dragging him into a gooner corner. There's no winning on this from you, man.
You keep thinking it's that, but I'm seeing it from the other side. Someone actually having consent.
You're seeing it from
set up the ball with like he's in that. He's in a point where he looks like Garble age through most of the show. Like, yeah, you look hot. I don't know where the rest of all this went.
He looks hot. He's attracting all the girls except for Gabby, and then he goes to the cave for a week with her. You are not winning an argument here. I don't care who you are.
Oh, so
CMC, you go ahead. Tokoi has literally painted you into a cave wall, and it's not with paint. Please, you go ahead and rebuttal. Why is this Spike episode not going to end up on some sort of porn website that's going to be blocked by half of the U.S.? CMC.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm awake, I think. It's been a day.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, Creature! I am so sorry.
I think it has to start with, yeah. Once you realize there's the problem, you do have to get away from all of the rest of the folks that are actively affected by this weird magic. But I'm assuming that the easy way to do it is you have to find a flower, but also stay away from anyone that was affected while it was all going on. Let it clear out, and then you can return home. So, go have tea.
And still, technically, you need a shelter.
Go have tea.
Actually, I heard from someone or on the internet that having tea in the English term is like, and then they slept together.
No, I'm not getting into that one. That one we can say anything is slept together. Having fingers and mash can be slept together. Marathoning the movie could be considered slept together.
Yes, you twist my idea.
Bang the Pony could be considered slept together. Granted, that's a little more obvious, but still.
So all I'm getting here is people are inferring that just because someone has a girlfriend and is hot, they would do it like on the Discovery Channel.
Look, I'm as much.
Yes, let's have some coffee.
Yes, I think we all need some coffee. Some hot coffee. You know what? Okay. Okay, you know what? In my stance on this, you basically have an older teenage Spike with an older teenage, if not at least young adult Gabby, who are separated from the world in a cave by themselves for a week. And I know how much of a gentleman you want to be, but my God, you are playing with things that you should not. And I will promise you, if Spike doesn't do anything within a week, it is because it is not a girlfriend Gabby, it is a girlfriend Gabby. And I think he might have some feelings for Garble that we'll need to discuss later. And in which case, he might want to have taken Garble into that cave. Or at least do a literal man's week out for it all to blow over. Though, at the same time, you're assuming this whole thing is going to blow over in a week. I might actually admit that. That's the one thing that kind of threw me off there now that I think about it. You assume this thing is going to blow over in a week.
He's going to learn bongos from Garble while they're there.
Oh, they're gonna be drumming something, all right. Oh.
You see what I mean? He makes it seem so
So I
much
think we've
like
run
that.
all of both of this discussion's course. I think we should move
Yeah,
along.
we are definitely done. So I'm going to give it to Fluttershy and the internet because as much as I believe that Fluttershy would actually completely corrupt herself, well, I don't know if she would corrupt herself, but she would probably get mentally scarred if that were actually an episode. I just see the idea of trying to be wholesome and helping out kids, and this is probably the more wholesome of the debates where instead of having her becoming an e-girl and selling her bathwater online, you could have taken it a completely different direction, but you try to keep it wholesome. Meanwhile, Toakoi's got shoving Spike into a cave with lotion, so I don't know what's going on anymore.
You never mentioned lotion until you did.
I know, I'm the one that put the lotion in there, but it's funny to keep saying.
You made it so it was more.
No, at least I gave him an outlet. You gave him a girlfriend. If there's an outlet somewhere in there, and at least mine, it's a little self-care.
You know, as someone who's ace, it's really fun hearing this type of talk from other people.
You know what? Now that you say that, it kind of colors exactly why you would think he wouldn't do anything that whole time.
Aside from respecting boundaries.
Yeah, no, I don't see that happening. I don't think he would do anything. I think your idea of respecting boundaries and allowing things to happen are two radically different things. You can respect boundaries and also use up an entire bottle of Lubriderm. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on.
Again, I am the one that's trying to be nice. You're the one that's
stop there and keep moving.
I'm out. I am walking away from this. I promise you. We're going to our video segment now.
Jesus, I'm dying here.
This is terrible.
I'm happy that people were laughing, though. I am glad to brought joy.
So how harmed are your brains, chat room?
Chat room, I do apologize. I did not expect us to come up with Spike's Gooner Cave at the end of this. I really didn't, and I'm sorry. Well, a little bit. I also thought that was kind of funny.
All have been... No. Oh, no.
Seriously though, chat, we love you. I hope we didn't scare some people away. Poorly. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Please note that all of this was just theoretical and for funnies. We are not taking any of this seriously, and we are assuming that everybody is properly of age and that this would never actually happen.
Yep.
At least not unless it's a fanfic, which I'm pretty sure there's at least 5 of them of that.
Yep.
Oh, that was interesting. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and get into our video segment. Okay, why is that fighting me? We're going to get into our video segment now, and I give up. And we're going to... Oh, wow, it is just messing with me now. All right, we're going to start off with Pony and Stitch. Or the Lilo and Stitch MLP crossover we didn't know we wanted.
Yeah, it started playing at me when
okay, now
something's
wrong here. Hold on, let me reload here. Oh, that side tube is fighting me all of a sudden, and I'm really, really, really hoping it isn't because I'm decided to fight Chrome with everything I got. Okay, hold on. Sorry, everybody. Please bear with. Yep, this is great.
The YouTube captions do not like Stitch's voice.
Well, that's
important there for a moment.
Do not use them.
Second.
I'm trying to fix something.
Second.
I'm trying to fix something.
He's trying to fix something, Toa.
I know. I literally do not have control. I cannot play this on my Chrome right now. I'm trying to log into it in a different browser. You got to give me a second here.
Ah.
There we go. But I do thank you for trying to get my attention on this. It's just, I know.
Well, I was saying we still had the title card.
We know.
Okay. That was the issue I saw. I didn't know about the other end.
Title card. Oh, that. Yeah, no, that's the reason why the title card is there, because I'm...
Everything's not on fire.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm literally redoing Windows here as we speak. Uh-oh. Oh, this isn't good. Why is it? Okay, why are you not doing that? Alright. Again, apologies. This has never happened before. Okay, how about this? Will that give me... No. Okay, this is annoying because I didn't... Alright, trying this again. Okay, oh wait, no, hold on, okay. Sorry, it's honestly, it's OBS that's giving me guff now. It's not anything else but OBS. Alright, I think I have it. Alright, I'm gonna trim this up just a little bit here. Okay, I think we're good here for the moment. Let's go ahead and do this now. Pony and Stitch.
Pony. Lulu wants pony. Pony.
You, Pony, come with me.
Oh my goodness, a new animal friend?
You will come with me.
He's just so cute. What's your name, little friend?
My name, Stitch.
Stitch? Well, what an adorable name. I've never seen any creature like you before. Are you a distant relative of the koala?
Pony, you come with me.
You're a pony? Oh my, you must have been through something just awful to end up this way. Was it a terrible curse?
Lilo wants pony!
Oh no! That thing cursed you? Get away from it! We don't want you to get even more hurt. Don't you worry. Twilight will know how to break this curse.
Give it back!
I've never seen any curse quite like this.
Can you help him?
Well, I can try.
Oh no! He's going to curse Ponyville!
So, how does this end? How does Ponies and Stitch coming together end? You'll have to tune into Magpie Pony and see. Here's a spoiler though. It's better than the movie, the live action movie.
That's
I mean, that's a given.
It's a given, but still. Anyway, now for Terror Sprites.
I will get you. Nobody takes Alan's precious piece of cheese and gets away with it. Hey, sorry to bother you, but did you see a mouse run through here by chance?
I don't know. Yeah, no clue, man. Maybe try down there.
Thanks, I'll check it out.
By the way, for the record, you should probably knock or make yourself known next time you enter someone's place.
Dude, I don't even think you should be in here to begin with.
Yeah, not really your business.
Anyway, that's not the end of it. There's still more. So yeah, that's Terror Sprites or Smiling Ponies, episode 2 from Daddy Stino. Check that out, and also check out the first one, because there's nothing like smiling friends and ponies and completely corrupting both of them. And now, responding to My Little Pony hot takes.
Hey guys, Tootsie Forever here. Now, we all have very different opinions on certain things within My Little Pony that have always led to some very nice and civilized discussions throughout our pony community.
You know that's
So, I threw a message out there asking you all what your popular and unpopular takes are of Friendship is Magic. And as a bonus, we'll also throw some G5 stuff in there as well. And I thought it would be fun to look over and discuss some of them. So, let's get into it. My biggest bugbear, I like how they use bugbear, has always been Celestia's regression into being crazy, immature, and belligerent after the staff decided she was too, quote, boring. I don't know about that. I feel like the earlier seasons definitely had a much balance of professionalism and goofiness, but I will admit the later seasons did kind of make her a little bit too goofy. Celestia and Luna should have stayed as rulers of Equestria. Twilight being placed as ruler feels out of place. It really doesn't make sense, like, how do you go from, like, a student to Princess of Friendship to straight up the ruler? Looking back on it, I actually liked it, but now that I kind of think about it, I want to say that I kind of prefer, like, maybe if Twilight was, like, the mayor of Ponyville instead. I don't know. I don't mind Starlight Glimmer being part of the main cast. She was more interesting as a villain. I got a lot of responses commenting on this one, some also saying that they didn't like Starlight Glimmer. Season 5, she's one of my favorite villains of all time, next to evil Twilight. She was awesome, she was powerful, she actually posed an actual threat to Twilight. Her becoming like a main character felt so rushed in Season 6 because it just felt like they had to throw her in there just so they could get her arc ready for the Season 6 finale. But as I think Season 7 and 8 really fleshed out a character where she started growing on me. Cozy Glow did not deserve to be turned to stone. Yes, what she did was horrible and deserved punishment, but not the death penalty. Discord showed us that when you're turned to stone, you still hear everything that's going on. You're not dead. She's a child. Like, that excuses everything. So she still has room to grow and change. If a 1,000-year-old god like Discord can change for the better, why can't a child? Discord had Twilight and Fluttershy reach out in the hoof of friendship, and he gladly accepted. Cozy Glow had multiple opportunities to become good, like when she was first introduced with the CMC and the Student 6 throughout Season 8. But she chose none of that because certain characters are just so far gone, you can't bring them back. And Cozy Glow, T-Rex, and Chrysalis are an example of all three of them, because that's not how life works. Not everyone can be reformed. Discord is an awful friend who never learns anything, nor is held accountable for his many, many crimes. Not true, because he is held accountable in a lot of episodes. He can't even apologize. He should have been turned back to stone years ago or in jail or something. Saying that he should have been turned back to stone, no, because I love John Delancey. I'm glad we got so much of him playing Discord in various quality of episodes.
So it kind of counteracts
I disagree with that. I think Discord has
previous
changed
argument. If he
the
can change,
Season 6 were
then
easily
Cozy
the
can
best,
change.
and dare I say, only consistent good aspect about Season 8. I agree, I like the students, but they got shafted so hard with some of the worst episodes that the show has ever had. And not only that, but I'd go as far as to say they deserve their own spin-off show. Yeah, kind of like Equestria Girls, where they had like a small little mini-series on YouTube. I think that could have worked really well for the Student 6. This could have worked. No, I disagree on that because Scott Century was just the generic hot, nice guy that the main protagonist falls in love with. They have no chemistry. It's all like, you helped me, you're nice, we're in love now. No, it's dumb. Stupid! I ain't gonna shorten this for Twitter limit, but too long didn't read. Cohesive canon and lore in MLP never actually mattered. Let me explain.
Now I think we're good there. Alright, so you want to hear some more hot takes and somebody's opinion on it, whether you decide to accept it or not? I don't. I think he's crap. No, I'm kidding. Everybody has their opinion. But yeah, Tootsie Forever, responding to My Little Pony hot takes. And yeah, Cozy Glow did not deserve reformation. She deserved to be set in stone. And Discord is a freaking chaos god. I think that's why he's able to see through the stone, even, and probably the other ones are probably not able to. Anyway, head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the
Yep. That's some cathode ray. It goes on for another little bit longer. Check it out! And then apply some directly to your forehead while you have that headache. Boy, I remember those commercials. Alright, let's move on. The worst kind.
Tina's the oldest. Make her do it.
Yeah, but Tina's not good with the customers.
Bob, I'm good with the customers.
Not really.
I'm great with the customers.
She's autistic. She can't help it.
Yeah, I'm autistic.
Bob, just a sec. No, you're not autistic, Tina.
How many toothpicks on the ground?
Don't play this game again.
Come on, look, how many toothpicks?
No, it just involves...
Yep. The worst kind by Pink Pone. What kind of worst kind? You'll have to watch the rest of that and see. But now, guess what? Equestria's girl-coded.
Esteemed guests of the scientific community, I come before you with new discoveries that may shock and awe you. See, my laboratory has been hard at work with the research money you've so generously donated to us, and we've been delving to unlock the secrets of the realm of colorful horses. Today, I unveil to you this groundbreaking new information. Equestria is girl-coded. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the data itself, I want to do some background information on what this may mean, because some of these terms may be a little unfamiliar to you all. According to this literature, authored by French-Italian anarchist journal That Name, the preliminary materials for A Theory of the Young Girl in 1999, being a girl isn't a gendered concept, but a symptom of our times. That is an excerpt from the journal that we'll be using as our foundation to build off of. See, girl is more than just a physical manifestation. It's an idea, it's a concept, it's a state of mind. And for me, that state of mind is panic. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, girl in its purest, unfiltered form.
My God.
Now, these are the important states of girl. Now, they are many in number, but don't worry. I will take you through this comprehensive presentation that will outline many of these terms to those who are unfamiliar. I have delved deep into the Girl Codex, a previously thought lost text, recently unearthed in ancient megalithic temples of Malta. We've translated it, and the parallels are staggering, to say the least. Let's begin with the girl boss. This is probably the most recognizable of the terms that has permeated into the cultural zeitgeist. A girl boss is defined as a confident, capable woman who are successful in their career. They pursue their own ambitions, and they have a lot of ambition. So they're all about business, business, business.
Business. Numbers.
Nose to the grindstone. And they drink.
Ah, you're kidding.
I mean, how else are you supposed to cope with that unstoppable drive of ascending the ladder to success? So I think without a doubt, the most girl boss in Equestria is probably what we recognize as Applejack, and of course Rarity. Now, baby girl is another term that I'm going to address here. They can be aloof or naive, that you kind of want to protect them. They give the impression of innocence and or purity. And maybe this is due to a past trauma, a past experience that they are working to overcome. So in Equestria, this category to be most exemplified by Fluttershy and Misty. Also, Nicole Kidman, she was in that movie. I don't know. I didn't see it. Now let's move on to girl failure. This is probably the most prodigious, most nebulous concept that also has a fundamental understanding somehow in the psyche of the general populace. They're sort of the antithesis of a girl boss, sort of everything that a girl boss is not, but also endearingly pathetic or inept. They struggle and they fail over and over again, but it sort of gravitates you towards that personality because you want to see them succeed. So they're kind of a mess, but they are so real for that. And of course, I would say that is the Great and Powerful Trixie and Unicorn Twilight, Season 1 through Season 3. But of course, we must address the ultimate girl failure of Equestria, and that is the one and only Starlight Glimmer. Now, we're really going deep with this next one. The Blueberry Girl is defined as something on TikTok is related to a blue color palette, which of course we know is the objectively best color of the entire spectrum. They are crafty and trendy, and they just emit such good vibes. And I'm not really sure what this means, but I think Izzy Moonbow is the perfect epitome of the Blueberry Girl. And at first I thought it was a Willy Wonka thing. Now, on the other side of that coin is something called a Coconut Girl. This also is something on TikTok. It's giving tropical summer aesthetic. Something about smoothies, because who doesn't love smoothies, especially in the summertime? They put dolphin emojis on all their social media handles, and I'm not really sure what this means either, but I think we can all agree that the best coconut girl of Equestria is Sunny Star Scout. Now let's move on to the clean girl. Now, this is more than just being hygienically responsible. Clean girl means effortlessly chic, appears 100% flawless, loves Pilates and yoga, and this is the kind of girl who would journal every night before they go to bed, and also the kind of girl that would vlog their 10-step skincare routine. And I think we all know who the clean girl of Equestria is. The one and only Princess Pit Petals. From there, we branch off to the E-girl. The E-girl.
Okay, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a joke video, and then it started to feel more and more like it was actually real, so I don't know what to think about this anymore.
No, it's clearly
it's
a
bit
video.
of both.
Yeah, just have
bit
fun
of
with
both.
it. Have fun with it either way. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and dress up Dashie.
Oh no.
Oh, that's where the gift came from.
Awesome.
Yep. But if you want to check out the rest of this, you'll need to check out Mouseau.
Yeah, but you want to check out for the end.
It's a great ending. It honestly is. I watched this over and over because it's just fun and silly, and the art style is really, really good too. And it is awesome seeing him posting more and more stuff. So yeah, give him a little bit of love, please. Next, Apple Tree, Rainbow Dash, and Zephyr Breeze, MLP music.
She took an apple tree.
She want an apple. She don't want me, no, no, no. She like the apple. If it's nice and red, I'm keeping her well fed. I don't know what I said, but she saw me and fled. She gonna fly away on an apple tree. I don't know where she going, no, but it ain't with me. She gonna fly away on an apple tree. I was never good at math, no, but 1 and 1 ain't 3, and it's more than just her and me.
This is so good. And why is it Caribbean? Or reggae, which it...
Her face lights like sunshine after rain. She likes the apple.
I think I want to hear this without the keyboard, but with steel drums.
Yeah, the steel drums I'm missing from this.
Oh boy.
Well, no, the keyboard is doing this what the steel drums would be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, really quick. This was Electric Explosion of Mayor Quest for Apple Tree.
Again, it's good music. I recommend it.
Yep, and now to finish us all off there for the evening, meeting season.
Megan? Megan! Oh, where could she be? Right there! Megan! Megan!
Hello.
What? Who is that?
What? Oh, this is just one of my horses, Mr. Bechtel McMiggins. He's just a regular horse, though, doesn't talk. Been doing some tests with him, too.
God, he's so
I
hot.
have concerns.
Hey, back off, Dweezil! I saw him first! No!
Many concerns.
You want to see how this ends? Meeting season with Scooter Trick Studios. It is even weirder than you would ever imagine it to. But well worth it. And with that, it's time to wrap it all up for the evening. We've had our fun with the show. We've banished Spike to a cave, and Fluttershy now rules the internet, and apparently we're all going to be ruled over by cheese. So we've done something here, I guess. So let's go ahead and get our shout-outs in for the evening. Coldust, are you still there?
I just put my headphones back on. I'm back. Hello.
Welcome.
Shout out.
Shoutouts out to all the amazing artists in the fandom. Y'all are all wonderful. Trains.
And Crazy Mad Captain.
Fires, explosions, fast events, and yo your own things. Definitely be doing something Thursday, and don't know if we're doing something on Wednesday. We'll see.
And DM21.
No, I'm the Discord.
Have a great week. Stay healthy and go to bed.
And Textalion.
Night all.
And Tokoi.
Thank y'all for showing up. We'll have the Vaughn link here in a hot moment.
And Suki from the Attack Rescended. If he's still alive.
Or if he crashed himself out.
That's why I'm wondering if he's still alive.
Probably.
He might be gone.
He might have fell sleeping in his chair or went to sleep on the futon.
Well, in either case, want to give him an opportunity. All right, hey Jerhu, sorry, but you're here just in time for us to wrap up the show. So with that, let's go ahead and do our wrap-ups here. Thank you everybody for joining us for another episode of The Brony Show. Please be sure to tune in for on Thursday for the Thursday crew doing Thursday Gaming. There's also a few other events that have been going on. Keep an eye on the Discord for that as they happen. Also, Sunday, Circuits Gaming Room. Yep, we're still in Power World, but we should hopefully be wrapping up soon. I keep saying this, but I'm really hoping that we are going to.
Before the Terraria update, then you go, no!
Or it might make things easier until it doesn't. But then, big shout out for our pre-show with our pre-show crew. 1 hour before the main show with Coldust and crew doing pre-show fun. It's always a good time if you want to catch a show and enjoy a little bit of shenanigans to warm up. And also, if you're catching us live, we have the Coffee House After Party, which is right after the stream, only on our Vaughn and only live, as it's just a relaxing, good, silly time. So be there and enjoy the relaxing good times. And with that, I want to give a shout out to all of our IRC chatters here. Thank you to Chris, my captain, for keeping an eye on the IRC chat. And then thank you to Kasakai, Cool Dude, Fantastic Fred, Sonic 5421, Tech Man, Tech Sound the Second, Vaguely Creepy, and yay, Archivers. And yes, Sprite Phoenix, we do have a Discord. Yeah. Alright, let's quickly get... and while I quickly get the Discord invite sent out, because we are very paranoid people, and we actually been working on trying to get things edited on it anyway. But thank you for everybody for joining us for another episode. Thank you so much to all of you. To our archive watchers on YouTube and Twitch and wherever archives may be uploaded. To our live stream watchers on YouTube, Twitch, and wherever our live streams may go. however you're catching the Brony Show, however you're enjoying our shenanigans and our fun and all the silliness and everything involved with all of it, thank you. Thank you so much for your time, your love, your attention, everything. Just thank you so much. It means a lot that you want to check us out even now and how we're completely silly. And that we probably scarred a few of you with the cave. We're just going to start calling it the cave now. We're just going to keep calling it the cave. I like that.
Trying to make it nice. Someone said no, we have to have lotion.
No, just the cave. Just call it the cave. It'll be perfect. Anyway, we're going to wrap it all up with Everyone But Me. Because the convention season is starting to heat up, this seems about the perfect anthem for a lot of us. I hope you all have a good night, everybody.
Everyone's going about me. Everyone's going about me. Can I hide my jealousy? And I wish someone could rescue me. 'Cause everyone's at the party. Everyone's staring at me. The captors were away low key. Now everyone's going about me. Everyone but me. Wish you were here.
Was going and folks who haven't played for a decade are hoping that they can show up. It's a convention with essentially every single person you would imagine's ever worked on this project with passion, and every member of my server has heard of it. The person at the seems to confirm that they're converging it, and I'm concerned because I'm uncertain. I'm working on that weekend and I'm sure that my bank accountant is hurting. I wanna go but our babysitter said no, and my parents said it just quit on me several hours ago. Also my spouse is the weekend and leave the house, and if I ask to trade, I doubt that I ever would be allowed. The hotel floor's a party, we're drinking started. I got invited, but there's no way that I'm taking part in. I'm unenlisted and I will admit that I am living. But y'all have fun because it's sort of like I am committed.
Everyone's going on me. Can I hide my jealousy? And I wish someone could rescue me. 'Cause everyone's at the party. Everyone's staring at me. The captors were away low key. Now everyone's going on me. Everyone but me. Wish you were here.
Social media showing me all your feeds and all the fun you have is breeding my personal sense of jealousy. You all did shots together, went to the spots together. I'm green with envy because it seems y'all did a lot together. And here I am just adulting up at my 9 to 5, trying to live vicarious, wondering how is this my life? The sacrifice I'm giving with hopes of better living. It doesn't mean that I don't want to bust this up in prison. The fear of missing is clearly my disposition. If I had to choose, I'd rather be laughing and losing inhibitions. Dancing into the morning, party until we're snoring. Do it again with all my friends, ignoring every warning. I won't hold it against you, probably do this to myself. Standing from the outside looking in, damn it hurts like hell. I'm happy seeing everyone on streams. I'm sad it's almost everyone.
Everyone's going but me. Everyone's going but me. I cannot hide my jealousy. And I wish someone could rescue me. 'Cause everyone's at the party. Everyone's staring at me. My captors threw away the key. Now everyone's going but me. Everyone but me. Wish you were here.
We got to let loose, and every memory shines, becomes a blessed truth. And yeah, I'm filled with regret because I cannot be there. But if I shirked on my duties, you know it wouldn't be fair. I had my memorable moments, like glad I shared them with you. But now I'm making it home with folks I care and miss too. Have I finally convinced you that I can skip the venue? And maybe next time you'll get fools around the party then too.
I'm so confused.
For all of you out there, I wish I was at the party too. Coffee House After Party coming up.